Now, from the area's leader in live local news, this is WYLN News, the area's #1 source of live local news and information in Luzerne, Schuylkill, Carbon, and Columbia counties. WYLN News starts now.
Good evening, and thank you for joining us on WYLN News. I'm Derek Martinez. A man from Brooklyn has been sentenced to up to 30 years in prison for the murder of his co-worker in West Hazleton in 2020. Officers say the murder took place on June 27, 2020, when Giovanni Morales Jr. beat 29-year-old Jonathan Hernandez to death in his apartment on Winters Avenue. Investigators say Morales had been staying with Hernandez at the time of the murder while the two worked together as roofers. State troopers issued a warrant for Morales' arrest on August 5, 2020, for charges of criminal homicide, robbery, and theft. Morales was arrested 3 years later in 2023 by police in Connecticut after Morales allegedly robbed a bank in Hartford. According to officials, Morales pled guilty to the murder on Monday and was immediately sentenced to 15 to 30 years in state prison. Police have confirmed that one man has died following an incident near the Wilkes-Barre Home Depot on Sunday. According to police, officers were called to the scene on Route 309 around 7 p.m. for reports of a pedestrian struck by a car. Officers say the driver had been traveling north when the victim crossed the road towards Norm's Pizza and was hit. The Luzerne County Coroner's Office has identified the victim as 54-year-old John Rubenthal. Officials say Rubenthal was transported to the hospital where he was pronounced dead at 7:15 p.m. The cause of the death was determined to be multiple traumatic injuries. The investigation into the incident remains ongoing. A man has been arrested in Wilkes-Barre Township after police found him urinating on a grocery store building. 52-year-old Keith Edward O'Brien was discovered by police on Monday, November 25th, around 12:30 p.m. at Wilkes-Barre Township Boulevard. When police approached O'Brien, he was found to be intoxicated. As officers attempted to arrest O'Brien, he became aggressive, threatening to kill the officers and resisting arrest. O'Brien has had 23 other police encounters for public drunkenness and disorderly behavior in the Wilkes-Barre Township area since 2014. O'Brien is currently being held at the Luzerne County Correctional Facility, unable to post his $5,000 bail. Coming up on WYLN News, a mobile blood drive is coming to Hazleton on December 3rd. Plus, PennDOT announces upcoming DMV closures for the Thanksgiving holiday. But first, we'll take a look at our 5-day forecast brought to you by the WYLN Weather Kids. We'll be right back.
Brought to you by Lehigh Valley Orthopedic Institute and the region's only nationally ranked hospital for orthopedics by U.S. News and World Report. Our team is ranked among the top 20 in the nation and is your unrivaled partner for orthopedic care. Learn more at lvhn.org/ortho.
My name is Alexander Bonomo. I'm 12 years old, and tomorrow's WYLN forecast is partly cloudy.
We want your child to be our WYLN Weather Kid. Your child can be our feature weather reporter of the day on WYLN News and WYLN social media posts just by using your smartphone or any video recording device. It's easy. All ages are welcome, from toddlers to teens. To find out how, go to the weather section of WYLNTV.com or look for our post about it on the WYLN News Facebook page. Submit your Weather Kid video today. FNL Doors, your trusted overhead door supplier for over 50 years, providing quality products and services to Eastern PA and beyond with 2 strategic locations. They carry garage doors from leading manufacturers in the industry like Rainer. They guarantee parts and service for your home or business, from new construction to replacement doors, inspections, and service calls. FNL Doors stands behind every job, taking pride in the work they do. Call 800-344-DOOR or visit FNL Doors online at fldoors.com or visit their showrooms in Hazel Township or Schuylkill Haven.
Hey, it's Justin from Grand Central, and our trained sleep professionals are here to help you sleep like never before. With an extensive line of Sealy and Stearns & Foster mattresses, we are sure to find you the right mattress at the right price. Free delivery and removal, interest-free financing for up to 60 months, and same or next day delivery on select models.
And don't forget, everyday low prices. Stop in to one of our 2 locations, Route 93 in Nescopec,
Or downtown Hazleton.
and see why Northeast and Central Pennsylvania sleeps better with Grand Central.
WYLN TV 35 is expanding and is on the hunt for a dynamic salesperson to join our vibrant team. If you've got the passion and the drive, we want to hear from you. Send your resume to the email displayed on your screen. Don't miss this great opportunity.
Come shoot at Whitetail Preserve 118 Boulevard Road in Bloomsburg. Their skeet, trap, and sporting clay fields are professionally designed, and all stations are handicapped accessible. Whitetail Preserve has resident shooting instructors certified by the NRA in shotgun, rifle, pistol, home safety, and personal protection in the home. Whitetail can also cater any size event, whether it be a private party, corporate event, or wedding. Call 570-384-2314 or 570-790-8969. Do you like craft beer? Do you want to learn the right way to sample wine? How about checking out a restaurant with a unique flavor or a crazy food challenge? These are just some of the things we are featuring on Wine, Hops, and Road Stops. So, spend some time learning about great wine, great beer, and great food on WYLN TV 35.
Welcome back to WYLN News. Lehigh Valley Hospital Hazleton has announced an upcoming mobile blood drive. The blood drive will take place at the hospital campus in collaboration with the Miller Keystone Blood Center on Tuesday, December 3rd from 2 p.m. to 7 p.m. All donors 16 and older must present a valid identification card. 16-year-old donors will also require a parent or guardian to complete a permission slip. Donors can enter to win tickets to Disney on Ice or to a Philadelphia Eagles game. To register to donate, you can visit giveapint.org. PennDOT has announced that all driver license and photo centers will be closed Thursday, November 28th and Friday, November 29th in observance of the Thanksgiving holiday. During the holiday, a variety of driver and vehicle services will remain available online, including photo ID and vehicle registration renewals, changes of address, and driver exam scheduling. To access the online services, you can visit dmv.pa.gov. A variety of local holiday programming is coming to WYLN this Thanksgiving season. Need some cooking tips before the big day? Check out Chef Lou's Thanksgiving episode on Wednesday, November 27th at 4 p.m. The Hazleton Liberty Band Fall Concert will also broadcast on WYLN on Wednesday, November 27th at 12 p.m. Then on Thanksgiving Day, WYLN will be reliving the action by broadcasting 3 Hazleton area football games from the 2024 season. You can catch Hazleton area versus Berwick beginning at 12 p.m., Hazleton area versus Wilkes-Barre beginning at 3 p.m., and Hazleton versus Pittston beginning at 5:30 p.m. Be sure to catch it all on WYLN TV 35. Coming up on Weatherly's News Choice, Chris Fulmer leads us down the path through history with Catawissa Part 2. Plus, we discuss tips for online safety on this week's Trooper Talk Tuesday. And stay right here on WYLN. We'll be right back.
It's Winterfest at the Bloomsburg Fair. Enjoy holiday fun the 2 days after Thanksgiving. Friday, November 29th from 10 a.m. to 8 p.m. and Saturday, November 30th from 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. Shop over 250 craft vendors, including local wineries and distilleries inside 5 fair buildings. Meet Santa, who arrives Friday night via the Seven Mountains Media Parade of Lights that ends at the fairgrounds. See a puppet show, enjoy the chili contest, participate in the Fa La La 5K while you enjoy live entertainment, free admission, and free parking. Details on the Bloomsburg Fair Facebook page.
Contact Pete Kasalika for a home and auto quote today.
Your guide to everything Pocono Mountains is PTN, the Pocono Television Network. Tune in and see all the unique places to stay and things to do in the Pocono Mountains. Watch PTN on WYLN.
Penn State Hazleton is improving the lives of others, starting in our community.
Providing degrees that meet the needs of the area.
Fueling entrepreneurship and contributing more than $36 million annually to the state's economy.
Researching the health of our local ecosystem on the Susquehanna River.
Together, our impact keeps growing, backed by the strength of 24 campuses and 700,000 alumni.
Attention WYLN viewers, WYLN TV can now be seen on the Hazleton Service Electric Cablevision HD tier, channel 507, and over the air at 35.1. WYLN, we're your local network.
PPW Nation, get ready for the best of PPW Season 2. Join Paul Bowe, E. Julius Kuiper, Alexander Bravado, Tom Mitchell, and Alex Watt as we take you down memory lane and relive some of the best PPW matches of all time. Saturdays at 5 p.m., Sundays at 10 p.m., only on WYLN.
WYLN programming is online all the time. Visit our website at WYLNTV.com to check out archive shows and a live stream of our broadcasts. And don't forget to visit all of our social media pages for breaking news, weather, and sports. You can also head directly to our YouTube page for all our programming at youtube.com/WYLNTV35. Subscribe and ring that bell so you get notified every time there's a new show available online. A Path Through History is sponsored by the Old Jail Museum, 128 West Broad Street in Jim Thorpe. Call 570-325-5259 or visit them online at theoldjailmuseum.com.
By the 1830s, a former Catawissa resident was making a stir north of the U.S. border. Samuel Lount had been born in Catawissa in 1791. By 1811, he had immigrated to Holland Landing in Ontario, then known as Upper Canada, where he worked as a blacksmith. Times were tense in Ontario during the first decades of the 19th century, as many working-class residents were increasingly frustrated at the small circle of elites known as the Family Compact that controlled almost every facet of the government of Upper Canada. Numerous American immigrants to the area infused the opposition with a spirit of republicanism that increased the pressure for change. Samuel Lount himself was inspired to run for office after the expulsion of reformist Representative William Lyon Mackenzie from the Canadian Provincial Assembly. Lount was elected to this body in 1834 as a member of the Upper Canada Central Political Union. He would be defeated for re-election in 1836, but believed the vote had been fraudulent. By 1837, things had reached a head in Ontario, as Mackenzie organized a constitutional convention for reformists. Lount was elected as a delegate to the convention and organized the men there in preparation for rebellion. Inspired by an uprising in Quebec around the same time, the rebels planned to march on Toronto on December 7, 1837 and take control of the government. Lount and the rebel forces, under the overall command of Anthony Van Egmond, organized Montgomery's Tavern in Eglinton to prepare for the march to Toronto. But government troops arrived before they could depart, and in a fierce battle they drove the rebels from the field. Following the insurgents' defeat at the Battle of Montgomery's Tavern, the Upper Canada Rebellion largely collapsed. Samuel Lount tried to flee back to the United States in the aftermath of the battle, but was captured before he could cross the border. He was convicted of treason, and despite 35,000 Ontarians signing a petition asking for clemency for him, Lount was hanged in Toronto on April 12, 1838. Today, his name lives on in the form of several streets and lakes throughout Ontario that have been named in his honor. Back in America, covered bridges started rising across the country in the first half of the 19th century. There are many theories over why this design proved popular, one of them being that they provide comfort to horses that might be skittish at crossing water, making them think they were instead entering a barn. In the Catawissa area, the Hollingshead Covered Bridge would rise over Catawissa Creek on Old Reading Road just north of the borough in 1851. Built by Peter Ent at a cost of $1,180 and named in honor of Henry Hollingshead, who owned a mill nearby, the Burr Truss-style bridge stretched 116 feet across the creek. It remains open to vehicular traffic today, one of just over 200 covered bridges still standing in present-day Pennsylvania. The Hollingshead Covered Bridge was added to the National Registry of Historic Places in 1979. Catawissa in the 1840s had more people than the eventual Columbia County seat Bloomsburg. The coming of the railroads to Catawissa in the years to come would prove a harbinger of the good times for the community. The town had missed out on the sweeping canal boom in America over the previous decades when the North Branch Canal had been constructed on the opposite side of the Susquehanna, despite a push by local businessman Christian Brobst to have a second canal built all the way to Philadelphia. Eventually, Brobst abandoned the canal plan and pushed for a railroad to reach Catawissa instead. Plans were drawn up to do so, although funding issues delayed implementation for some years afterwards. Finally, in 1849, the Catawissa-Williamsport and Erie Railroad, later shortened to merely the Catawissa Railroad in 1860 after bankruptcy reorganizing, began construction toward Catawissa. The first engine, the Massachusetts, rolled into town on July 16, 1854, with engineer John Johnson at the throttle. The train made its first regularly scheduled run to Port Clinton the following day. The line would be extended to Milton and then to Williamsport as the years progressed. The Catawissa Railroad would be leased to the Philadelphia and Reading Railroad in 1872 and then bought out completely by the Reading in 1923. Other railroads also soon reached Catawissa in the ensuing years. The Lackawanna and Bloomsburg Railroad, reaching the town in 1857 and later part of the Delaware-Lackawanna and Westerns line. The Danville-Hazleton-Wilkes-Barre Railroad, later renamed to the Sunbury-Hazleton-Wilkes-Barre Railroad, which operated from 1870 to 1947, and the North and West Branch Railroad, opened for traffic in 1882 and bought out by the Pennsylvania Railroad in 1886. Catawissa became a major rail hub with so many lines running through, offering plenty of employment to locals, especially in the machine shops that opened in 1864. Today, Catawissa's railroading heritage lives on in a caboose motel in the south side of the borough. In June 1852, Catawissa residents and sisters-in-law Sarah Ann Thomas Boone and Asenath Thomas died young in their 20s, both from the complications of childbirth. Their lives have been ordinary enough from most perspectives, but both women were ultimately buried under iron coverings, making their final resting places hooded graves, also known as mort safes in England, where they are more common. It is not known why this was done for Boone Thomas, although some theories include that it may have been simply for decorative purposes, or to keep away grave robbers, who all too often at this time in history would steal corpses from graves and sell them for research. Whatever the reason, both women rest today underneath what might be the only two hooded graves in the United States, in the fittingly named Hooded Grave Cemetery. Among the Catawissa's living, the town continued to expand as the decades progressed. Clark Harder opened a planing mill in 1865 that became one of the town's biggest employers. The Catawissa Opera House opened in 1869. Despite the name, it never actually hosted operas, although it was used for other forms of entertainment over the years. The building still stands in downtown Catawissa at 4th and Main Streets. The Catawissa Water Company would be formed in 1882. The Catawissa Public School, the first of its kind in Columbia County, also opened that year. It would house both the town high school and its elementary school up till 1962, when the high school would be merged into the Southern Columbia School District. The building remained the elementary school's home thereafter until 1976. Apartment buildings now stand on the site. In 1878 marked the founding of the Catawissa Military Band, which remains a community staple today, playing several live concerts a year.
Your guide to everything Pocono Mountains is PTN, the Pocono Television Network. Watch PTN on WYLN.
It's Winterfest at the Bloomsburg Fair. Enjoy holiday fun for the 2 days after Thanksgiving, Friday, November 29th from 10 a.m. to 8 p.m. and Saturday, November 30th from 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. Shop over 250 craft vendors, including local wineries and distilleries inside 5 fair buildings. Fill your belly with some delicious goodies from a variety of food vendors as you listen to live music. Take a horse-drawn ride around the fairgrounds and get photos with Santa. There's free admission and free parking. Details on the Bloomsburg Fair Facebook page.
SJ Kowalski is your Mitsubishi Diamond Contractor. They can install a Mitsubishi electric Mr. Slim ductless heating and cooling system. Mr. Slim systems are designed to make any living space in your home inviting. You can have a different temperature control for every room in your home. The money-saving technology can save you 25 to 50% on your heating bill. For Mitsubishi, Rinnai, and trained comfort specialists, call SJ Kowalski at 570-455-2600.
Hey everybody, this week on Let's Talk Chiropractic, Jillian Richmond's story. Local teacher, 4 years of migraines, numbness down her right arm. Doctors not know how to help with her. She comes to a chiropractor and she's getting better. Tune in for her story.
Come shoot at Whitetail Preserve, 118 Boulevard Road in Bloomsburg. Their skeet, trap, and sporting clay fields are professionally designed, and all stations are handicap accessible. Whitetail Preserve has resident shooting instructors certified by the NRA in shotgun, rifle, pistol, home safety, and personal protection in the home. Whitetail can also cater any size event, whether it be a private party, corporate event, or wedding. Call 570-384-2314 or 570-790-8969. When you see news happening in your neighborhood, call WYLN News at 570-459-1869 or email us at news@WYLNTV.com or send us a message on social media through Facebook. WYLN, we're your local network.
Hello everybody, welcome back to another segment of Trooper Talk Tuesday. I'm Trooper Anthony Petrosky, Troop and Public Information Officer. Today, it's the holiday season, so I'm going to talk to you about online shopping. Yes, we all purchase online. It's easy. Our packages are delivered right to our front door. We don't even have to leave our house. That's great, but there's still dangers involved with this. So, protecting your identity. A good practice is only use one of your credit cards strictly for online purchases. This way, if it gets compromised, you know exactly which card it was, and there's only one card that you have to put a freeze on and get a hold of a new one. Monitor your credit card. Most credit cards have a free service that whenever it is used, you get either an email or a text message saying that it was used. So this way, if somebody does get a hold of it, if there's an online site you purchased from and it was compromised, somebody has your credit card information, the minute they use it, you get a text message or email notification saying it was used. This way you could cancel the purchase, cancel your card, and get a brand new one. This will help keep you safe during the holiday seasons. Also, there's so many scams going out there. A lot of times you'll get a text message or an email saying about a certain product, and there's what's called a hyperlink in that email or text message. It's a website, it's blue and it's underlined. And when you tap or click on it, it takes you to a website. Please, if you don't know the number or the email address that's sending this to you, don't click on that. It's probably a fake website that's just going to be used to take your credit card information. And as soon as they get that, they're going on certain websites and they're making purchases before you're even aware. These are some tips that will help keep you safe during the holiday season. Please monitor your credit cards, monitor your accounts, and have a great holiday season from all of us at Troop N. I'll see you next time here on Trooper Talk Tuesday.
You're watching WYLN TV 35,